face the east. Do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abinah. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Ayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malachaka. Ravzaka. Ayah. Aisha. Barakata. Kawa. Ayah. Bashemayim. Damanau. Kam. Call. Gawam. Wasalakna. Kawakina. Kasalakna. Kawakina. Wala. Tabayana. Wanasai. Abal. Hoshana. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Ka. Malaka. Wa. Awalayim. Come on.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and power, and glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Alahari. Mayan. Yaba'ah. Azari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Asha. Shemai. Warakza. Ayatan. Amawat. Sadaka. Al-Yanawam. Shamaka. Na'ah. Ra'ah. Yanawam. Ba'ah. Yeshan. Shalom. Yasha'al. Yahweh. Marka. Yahweh. Zalka. Yanyanka. Almam. Hashemash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayara. Yahweh. Yashemaka. Call. Yashemar. Apnapash. Yahweh. Yashemar. Wabawaka. Mayatu. I will not.
Psalms 121 in English. I lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in. From this time forth, and forevermore.
Prayer for the Hakak, power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua. Babakashah. Dananau. Ka. Raba'ah. Kalmakala. Wakal Maruba. Haka. Ratahar. Namatazarain. Haka. Lahaki. Amati. Haka. Arakawa. Atama'ala. Gasha. Bashim Yahushua. Wara.
The power in English. Yahweh. The name Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all men of sick. And all men of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua. Rakanau. Ayasha'al. Wabiyah. Safari. Barak. Raba'ah. Magun. Say the name of the loved ones once, and we won't repeat the name once.
I HBK Minnesota. Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Yahweh.
Yahweh
Shai. Angels. Generals. Captains. Officers. Troopers. Students. Sisters. Children. All of Israel.
Bashim
Yahushua.
the Warama.
Bless Israel in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In school. Bless your shield protect. Loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahai. Al-Damiyah. Lakat. Al-Takaras.
Al-Tashaqwa.
Kayahana. Al-Yabita. Ham. Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Al-Amaka.
Al-Amaka.
Yarayama. Sawada. Wayata. Yantazawa. Al-Tazawa.
Al-Tazawa.
Amawa. Kawa. Wanakidam. Garia. Wala'a. It's a car. Sham. Yasha'ala. Agwa. Ya. Yantazawa. Yabba. Yakadwa. Al-Yaka. Barya. Yakawafu. Al-Yah. Adawam. Wa. Yashamai. Alan. Yam. Mo'aba. Bahagari. Ball. Raimawan. Waimalat. Alasha. Ain. Shabi. That's a war. Gum. Ashawa. Malawa. Mum. Hayawa. Zawa. Labanya. Lawat. Salah. Isha. Laham. Kamadi. Kasiyasara. Kayabi. Manaka. Kayaswa. Nashamaka. Bayan. Dara. Hayawa. Daman. Adam. Shatama. Dada. Ya. Mawa. Kaira. Because of Abba. Because of Bak. Because of Zom. Manai. Ka. Nasakamwa. Shah. Mawa. Nayarasha. Now. Nawa. Alahayim. Alhaya. Yatama. Gawaka. Kwash. Anya. Maka'a. Ta'ash. Ebara. Yara. Kalahaba. Talahat. Arya. Khan. Dada. Saraka. Wabasa. Wapasta. Tabalaham. Bala'a. Panyaham. Kaluwan. Wabakashwa. Kash. Yahawah. Yabashwa. Wayaba Awa. Aida. Wayakapawa. Wayabadwa. Wayadawa. Kayata. Ka. Yahawah. Tabaka. Aliwan. Al. Ka. Taharataza.
Psalms 83 in English. Be not thy silence. O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee. Have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. They consult against thy enemies. They have said, Come. Let's cut them off and be the nation. That the name of Israel. May be no more in remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. The Garenes. The Paul. The Amalek. The Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also joined with them. With that hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Unto them as to the Midian, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the Brook son, which spares at Endor, when it came as dung for the earth, made the nobles like a rib, and like Zeb, All the princes that survived.
All the princes in the Bible.
And as a youth.
And as a move.
Who said, let's take to ourselves.
Let's take to ourselves.
The house of God in possession.
The house of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make it like a wheel.
Make it like a wheel.
As something for the wind.
As something for the wind.
As the fire burns the wood.
The fire burns the wood.
As the flames set the mountains on fire.
Flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
Persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid. Make them afraid with thy stone.
Make them afraid with thy stone.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
Let them seek thy name.
Let them seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded in trouble.
Let them be confounded in trouble.
Forever.
Forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That we may know that thou.
That we may know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high over all.
Art the most high over all of earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things live.
And all things live.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
To us now.
Right now.
Right now.
To use the curse.
To use curse.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
Speak against us.
Like prophets.
Like prophets.
The teachers.
Teachers.
Princes.
Princes.
The priests.
Priests.
It's like brothers.
It's like brothers.
In the school.
In the school.
To use the curse.
To use curse.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
And
shake loose.
Shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
Treasure of the rich of Israel.
And refuse to give to the servant.
Refuse to give to the student.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter thy sanctuary.
Into thy sanctuary.
To use the curse.
To use the curse.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And the drug
The drug.
The courses.
Courses.
The princesses.
Princesses.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our
All the
enemies.
governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Dog.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Slang.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Pascamataz. Gay movement.
Gay movement.
The lesbian
Lesbian
movement. Spies.
Spies.
Was a witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Anti-space
And
program.
space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
In the airways.
The airway.
They will access
They will
channels.
access
The
channel.
radio
The
channels.
radio channel.
To break the spirit in thy people.
The big spirit of England.
And seek to stop us.
Stop us.
Bring swift destruction.
Bring to
To
destruction.
all the evil
All the evil.
that stand in the way.
Stand in the way.
Try to stop
Try to
us.
stop us.
Broadcast your words.
Broadcast your word.
Throughout planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
And lose all the
And
planes.
use all the places.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Go to and fro.
Through the earth and consume
The
the earth.
earth consumed.
Let the plagues take the house of the thief
The plague shake the house of the thief
and the murder.
and the murder.
Let Yahweh shine.
Yahweh shall.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Down to find
Down
sauce.
to find sauce.
Punish all the heathens
Punish all the
that come up against us.
come against
And
us.
speak thy word.
And speak thy
Cause
word.
we know by all
Because we know by all
that it is the angels
says the
that
angels
have done it.
that have done.
Cause it to be spread to the media
Because we spread to the media.
throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake out that
Because
coast.
we shake it that
In the
time.
name of Yahweh Shai.
Name Yahweh
Thank
Shai.
you always.
You always.
So be it.
So be it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. All right, sorry. How about Shimmy Al Shai Rock?
Fire shot.
All right, Yeshavia, which means to be seated. All right. All right. Let me pull it up on the phone. All right, we are going to get into Ezekiel, the 12th chapter, verses 4 through 10. All right, 7 verses. And the second priest is going to read into it. Okay. Okay. So just give us a moment here as we get into it.
Okay, yeah. 12 and 4.
Yeah, 4 through 10.
Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 4. Wawataza Kalayak Kakalaya Gawala Yawamam Layayan Yaam Wata Tataza Bayara Layanya Aam Kamawa Tazaya Gawala. Verse 5. Layanya Aam Qatar Lak Bakoyar
It's just happened.
Wawa Taza Taaf
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Sawa. Verse 6. Layan Yaam Ah Katarak Tasha Baal Ta Wataza Ya Paniak Takasa Wala Tara Ah Ayataza Kaya Mawapa Natatayak Labayak Yashara. Verse 7. Why Ash Khan Kashar Kasawayatia Kalia Awataza Daya Kakao Ya Gawala Yawama Wabaya Katarathia Laya Bakoya Bayad Balata Awataza Daya Ah Kata Nashaat Iya Layan Yam. Verse 8. Waya Gabar Yahweh Alia Bakakwa Lamar. Verse 9. Ban Adam Allah Amarwa Aliyak Bayak Yasharal, Baya, Amaria, Ma, Ada, Aisha, verse 10, Amar, Aliam, Amar, Adania, Yahweh, Anashaya, Amasha, Azah, Bayawa, Shalom, Rakal, Mayath, Yashar, Yasharal, Ashar, Amah, Batwa, Kam.
That's it. No sign first. That was perfect. That was perfect. No, that was quick too. Good night. Yeah, that was good. That was good. All right, so now we're going to get into the actual portion, which is the English in the King James Version Bible. All right, that's what we are going to get into. Okay. All right. So now, last week, if you could, second priest, Officer Sirach 5,000. By the way, if you sisters out there looking for a strong man, he's right here next to me. Okay.
Wait. There they go.
Well, I appreciate it.
Second strong man.
No, but I was gonna say, if you could recap from last week's Sabbath service. Salakia could not be here last week. Was out there, giving brothers hell at Hebrew Academy in Chicago, which we are going to do the same thing tomorrow in Minnesota. All right. So, if you could just recap, like pretty much what you had went over last week.
Okay. We was I might want to take this from the third verse.
That's fine. Yeah. How you want to do it? Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. I like this scripture right here too. Ezekiel 12:3.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, thou son of man, prepare thee stuff for removing, and remove by day in their sight. Which this is a sign, because a lot of people think that prophecy is just about what you speak in and things like that. No, some prophets don't speak much at all.
Mm-hmm.
They just show a sign. Remember the scripture when it talked about the four daughters in Acts, when it said the four daughters of a certain brother prophesied? Mm-hmm. That don't mean they spoke and talked. Their life was a sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no, I do recall.
Their life was a sign. The Most High pretty much saying, give them a sign of what's to come. I'm gonna take that.
That's in the Old Testament, ain't it?
It was the one that I was just talking about the four daughters.
No. Is it?
No, that's in Acts.
That's what you said, acts.
Right.
Okay. I thought you were saying like an actual act as an action.
Oh no.
Okay, I get it.
That's what the book of Acts really is.
Well, it is. Yeah. So I do recall that. So can you read it one more time?
Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 3. Therefore, thou son of man, prepare thee stuff for removing, and remove by day in their sight. And thou shalt remove from thy place to another place in their sight. It may be they will consider, though they be a rebellious house.
I get it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but they like Ezekiel.
Yeah.
They like Ezekiel.
Yeah, they are what is called receiving him.
Right. Yeah. Just like when in the scripture when it said, the one you speaking to them, it's like the noise of the sound of a beautiful song. They love the way Ezekiel broke it down. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually in Ezekiel.
Right.
Yeah, I love that scripture.
Yeah, they love. They said they would hear your words but not do them. They love the way that we, like they do with us. I mean, even what a lot of people do with us. They love the way we break things down. They love the way we say, the people presses the devil. They love all of that. But Ezekiel was the same kind of way because they actually liked Ezekiel.
Yeah, kind of. I actually got the precept if you don't mind me reading.
Yeah, you kind of.
Yeah. So, I'm going to read this precept just to further expound on what Officer Tarap had said. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. By the way, I can't wait till we get to the 30s. We are down there, almost there, getting close. We in the 12th chapter. So, yeah. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice. Right. And can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Right. You have people that look at us as entertainers. They love what we say. We make them laugh a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, in classes or at the camp speakings and stuff like that, But here's the thing, obviously they know where Ezekiel lives at too.
Right.
Ezekiel was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They know where he lived at. They know his habits day by day. They know he's been in this house many years.
Right.
But then they see Ezekiel like moving the hell out. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. This is a prophet here. What the hell the prophet moving?
Right.
That's why the Most High said, if they could see, they would see and consider this. Like, why is he moving this stuff out? Can you keep going? Okay. And thou shalt remove from thy place to another place in their sight, that it may be they will consider, though they be a rebellious house. Verse 4. Then shalt thou bring forth thy stuff day by day in their sight as stuff for removing, and thou shalt go forth at even in their sight as they that go forth into captivity.
Right.
Okay. The sign right here.
It is.
Because at evening time, nobody's even trying to do any work. Even as the time you shut it down, it's not like here in America. The old world is not like this.
No, it's not. Because the world just means age of society.
Right.
So things have changed. Somewhat. Things have changed.
Right. In the old world, you rose up early, sunrise, and go to work.
Yeah.
By the time the evening comes, you get done with your work. The evening time is the time you sit back and drink your beer. Yeah. Chill, get some good food going and stuff like that. That's the evening time. It's time for you to chill. The nighttime, you go to bed. But he's moving stuff in the evening time. Means he's working during the evening, which ain't no big sign to us now.
No.
But it was a big sign back then. Like, why is he doing that? Your work is done from the sun up to sun down.
Right.
But the sun is going down and he just moved stuff out of his house.
Right.
That was supposed to be done hours ago. What does this mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they know that, Ezekiel's not a last minute man. They already know that. But at the same time, he seems to be doing a last minute action.
Exactly.
So yes, they considering this, like what the hell is actually going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that's an amazing way to put it too, because for one, as far as the signs that's going on, we have to be able to catch those signs and be able to really pay attention to it, because if you don't, this is how we end up in in the mix of the destruction always. Yeah. You will have people out there that say, I never knew. Well, how can you say that you never knew right from wrongs when it's been in your face this entire time?
Right.
And the Most High has always shown you. Like one thing the Most High does not do on purpose, the Most High does not forsake you. He doesn't try to forsake you and try to not let you see the things that's going on. But at the same time, if you forsake him, he's not going to be there in a time of your trouble. But he will definitely always show, like even when you're not looking, there will always be signs all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, I remember just coming into the school and just thinking about the stuff that the generals talk about in the classes, the captains talk about in the classes. All those things make sense, because at that time in my life, when I was in the school and certain events were occurring in the world, it made sense how people were warning us.
Right.
Now, we are not no goddamn conspiracy theorists. We are just giving you facts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But we're not conspiracy theorists, but we do have the ability to peep plots.
Yes, we do.
Have that, because in order to be a man of war, you have to have good foresight.
You have to.
You have to see what moves your enemy will possibly make.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That goes to play with a good chess master,
yes.
Or anything that has to do with any kind of strategy or any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to have a level or a heightened level of foresight.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you start to know what moves will be most expedient to make. You know what I'm saying? And what moves will not.
Mm-hmm.
When to hide thyself and when to not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we do have to learn these things. You have to. It's a good thing to understand the weapons that your enemy is forming against you. The things that he has done, to understand the history. That's why every nation keeps the history. They keep the history of all their wars, wins and losses.
Right.
They keep all of them. You know what I'm saying? And they find out. They learn from both.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That that stuff right there. The thing about it is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have lost this ability because we've been slaves for so damn long.
Absolutely, yeah, we have, yeah.
We've been slaves for so long, so you lose things like that. You don't even care for them. All you do is just depend on the society that you living in, and hope to the Most High that they got your best interest at heart. And when they don't, then they never have.
Right. Yeah, and that's very dangerous too, because that makes you look weak and vulnerable.
Right.
And when you look weak and vulnerable, that's when people can attack you. But when you show yourself to be strong, it's more of a defense to that person, to where they can't just do or say anything to you.
Right.
You have to, like they gotta try to figure out what makes you weak in order to overthrow you or subdue you.
Right.
Because the word subdue means conquer. All right. So yeah, you want to say something?
Right. And if you just, if you're a type of person that don't care, you let people sit there and tell you, oh, don't worry about the past. Don't worry about that. Then you run around preaching this same story. Oh, don't worry about the past. Now they see you. They know you.
Yeah, they know you.
They know you weak now.
Yeah, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to choose your steps.
Right.
Your words wisely.
Right.
Yeah, and that's really everyday life too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a precept about that too. Like, based on how you talk, how you carry yourself, it can determine what type of man people think or woman that you are in their mind.
Right.
So you gotta be very careful.
That's natural.
That's natural.
Right. Yeah. It's natural.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a woman that run around with her booty cheeks hanging out, or with something, you know what I'm saying, and weaves and stuff all in her hair. People are going to perceive you a certain way. Mm-hmm. It just is what it is. Why do we understand this when it comes to getting a job, though? Mm. We seem to understand who show up there for a job at your interview in booty shorts. Don't nobody do that. Mm-hmm. So they get this concept. You know what I'm saying? They get it when it comes to a job. Or going to school trying to get some scholarship. They understand it then. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But then outside of that, they're like, no, it don't matter what you dress or how you dress and all of that. It's what's in your heart. Well, what's in your heart is the heart of a whore.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was going to say that. There you go.
And you can see that by what you outwardly representing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see a dude with a police uniform on, you already know, but the heart inside him is the heart of a cop.
Cop, yep.
You know what I'm saying? You see a guy with a construction, he's a plumber. You got some, he works in electricity. You already know that he has the heart of an electrician.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You already know that this dude wakes up thinking about electricity because he has to go to work, and he gets off thinking about electricity, looking at his own electricity inside of his own house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You are what you dress as. It's as simple as that. You are that. You put a woman in booty shorts in the White House, you can't look at her as some type of high up secretary and everything. She's starting to get banged. You already know what her job is. She in the White House is booty shorts on. You know what her job is. Mm-hmm. So let's not play stupid. You know what I'm saying? You already know what her job is. Where you keep going?
You can't. No, I was gonna say, no, that's facts. I mean, like Jeremy Heimer just said this. One of the journals that said in class that what you do is what you are. The actions that you do that. That's who you are.
Yeah.
How you display yourself is what you are. Of course, there is a pattern of things. Now you may be make a mistake, a false impression on someone else's eyes, but the things that you do, you are, and
Right.
even the things that you do that no one else knows that you do, you are that thing because you're doing it, right? That should be very simple.
Right.
If you're not a whore, I mean, okay, if you're not a whore, you would display yourself not as a whore. But if you're dressing like a whore, you have a spirit of whoredom on you. Maybe you're not blowing everybody's ride, or you're not blowing no rides. I mean, or unless you just, with one man, and you giving some attention to your man, no sweat. But if you're displaying yourself as one thing, everyone's going to assume that you are that thing because you are giving them that to show. You know what I mean? You are displaying this is how you are when you come outside, the way that you talk, things of that sort. All right. So it's same thing. Like I mean, if you're like ain't nothing wrong with being silly and I mean being goofy and stuff like that. But there is a time and place for everything. But if you're just stupid and silly and goofy all the goddamn time about life in general, something's wrong with you. You are just stupid as hell. Something's wrong with you. You don't have it all the way up here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, ain't no wrong with joking and laughing, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a time. It's a time and place for everything. But if you displaying yourself to be, effeminate or gay and things of that sort, people are going to think that you're gay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, shit. Yeah, they're gonna run around talking, twisting your hands and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And switching like a damn woman, but then talk about how straight you are.
Smacking your lips.
Right. People's not gonna believe. Yeah, all of that. Run around with the Carmex King with a ton of Carmex on your damn lips. What do you expect for people to perceive you as?
Yeah, you got nail polish. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So you got nail polish. You got nail polish. You got you're a man and you're metrosexual.
Right.
You're very in tune with how you looks. Now, ain't no wrong with ain't no wrong with looking at your appearance to make sure that you are good to go before you go out the door, because you don't want to look crazy out there. You feel me? Unless you don't give a damn, that's on you, no sweat. Because the Bible does say that before you go outside, I'm paraphrasing. Before you go outside, put some ointment in your hair. Hygiene, like freshen up. And in the Bible, you will only see that. You don't see that shit in the Quran. You don't see them being clean, bathing themselves, clothing themselves, things of that sort. The other nations are just wild and smelly and just disgusting, right? But us in the Bible, it tells us how to take care of ourselves. Ain't no wrong with that, right? Ain't no wrong with, hygiene and things of that sort. You should have that because no one wants to smell you behind. It should be a crime against everybody's nose to lock your butt. But when you are, a man should not be feminine with the way that he should look, if that makes sense. Like females are more, they're very anal about the way that they look. They have to make sure everything is 100%. If you a brother, man, look, things can, be a little off. You got a little stain. Yeah, you got a little stain. Yeah, you can go ahead and wipe that off, fix it up. You know what I mean? You got a little dirt on. You got something in your head. It's cool. It's too wild. You'll live. You'll survive. But meanwhile, the woman's gonna die at that moment when she figured out something is wrong with her makeup and her clothes, her shoes, all that. You know what I mean?
If I could, we're not supposed to be obsessed.
That's the word. There you go. Yeah.
You don't want to be obsessed with it, because you ever met anybody in your whole life that were obsessed with it? Then they start. It's like the mind automatically, even though they're not gay, the mind damn near flips into some gay type of stuff.
Gay OCD.
Gay perfectionist.
Gay OCD.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Because there's one thing about gay people. A lot of gay people are like these heightened perfectionists. You know what I'm saying? They say Michael Jackson was like that. People hated working for Michael Jackson. Yes.
Oh, okay.
People hated.
Well, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson and Prince. Prince was another one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the dudes that carry themselves, Little Richard, all of them dudes that carry themselves like that, they become so much of a damn perfectionist that the people that work under them cannot stand to even work with them.
I would get it. Yeah, like for example, I used to have a. I wouldn't call him a friend. I mean, I used to call him a friend, but I switched the title for friend because when I came into the truth, I realized the true definition of what a friend is, right?
Right.
So I would just say it was somebody that I associated with, hotel parties, it's just lawful, you know what I mean? Hotel parties, you know what I mean? Went to the same high school. I actually helped them get a job at where I was working at, which was right by the high school. But he was really metrosexual, and I had to tell the brother, like, look, you are kind of like you borderline like effeminate about the stuff. The brother used to ask me, like, I didn't notice it at first, you know what I mean? And I was young in the truth. But I remember when we started slaving, he would ask me, like, hey, should I change my shoes? Because, it's people coming to the job to come see me. I was like, you got on some fly ass shoes. Like, I mean, I don't see the problem. I'm like, and we both are working at Target, which we wear khakis and red. That's it. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't see. You got some black shoes. I think it was black Timbs. It's funny. Right. You know what I mean? I think I had on some black Timbs, but he's trying to switch into his J's or something like that. It's like black, red, and white J's or something like that. And I was just looking like, I mean, it's not that serious. But when he said that to me, I kind of thought about it. I'm just like, why you keep asking me this damn question like that? Like, it's kind of weird to me. And so then I was like, man, I don't know what the hell going on with him, but that's a little, effeminate to me if you ask me. Right. You know what I mean? Because I don't give a damn. Like at work, honestly, I'll just wear any goddamn shoes. I don't care if it was clean if it was clean or dirty that much. Because right. I'm not the slave. Yeah. I'm just slave, and that's it. Right. And plus, the work that I was doing at Target, you know what I mean? I was moving and doing all types of shit, at the job. So if I wanted to mess up some shoes, I would just get the shoes that I really don't care about to wear. But I don't know, man. It was just sad to see that. I was like, I think you metrosexual. I think you're really too obsessed about yourself. Right. Also, too, he was one of the popular kids in high school. Yeah. So it's a thing called clout. You know what clout is, right? Right. Yeah, clout is where you get you go viral, you get attention, shit like that. You know what I mean? Exposure. And, every time he posts a picture on like Facebook or Instagram, he'll get about 400, 500 likes. He was that popular in high school. Right. Based on his outfits and, the way he looked and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But, I just thought the shit was very effeminate about
it really is.
Yeah, it really, it was, yeah.
Here's a sad thing about it, though. And notice who was like that more than anybody? Black people.
Yeah.
We're like that, especially the Southern King. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We like that, you know what I'm saying? And the other tribes that imitate, you know what I'm saying? The Southern Kingdom. We become like that. And a lot of the times it's because, our, environment raises us to be male concubines. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the way that we're raised, to be male concubines. Mm-hmm. You got the mom, think about it. What the hell a 1-year-old know about some goddamn Jordans? You know what I'm saying? The mother want to put Jordans on the 1-year-old's feet. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Are you serious? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And now think about it. He got to have the matching everything. You know what I'm saying? And this is what the child support money is for, to make sure that he ends up growing up to be some obsessed dude with fashion and stuff like that. Stuff that really don't mean anything. But as far as for any real empowerment of his people, he will grow up to know nothing about that at all. Yeah, he won't even grow up to even choose his race first. He'll go up and choose his clothes first. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got nephews that are like that. They were raised that way.
So I was just gonna say that it's called being materialistic.
Right.
Yeah, or otherwise materializing your children.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up to where I have family who are like that, but I didn't always have the best stuff. I mean, I had nice clothes and nice shoes and things that. Yeah, but I grew up to where I had nice clothes and nice shoes and things of that sort, but at the same time, I wasn't materialistic. To this day, I'm still not. I was just talking to the brother. I just start buying me shoes again. You know what I mean? Because I wear the same shoes because I keep them clean and nice and wear them for years. Like it's sad how our how society is with our children, or with the men and the woman. Because once again, like you said, that child support. When that child support kicks in, my baby gotta have all the best stuff. Now, let's say if the woman's not using the child support check to, have the child be, all geared up with all the Gucci and the Versace and things of that sort, right? She's gonna use it to pour herself out, go to the club, leave her children behind. You know what I'm saying? Get high.
And you know what? A lot of these women will have good jobs and still have a man that don't have a job, nowhere near as good as hers if he has one, and still have him on child support while she's sitting there making $90,000 a year. They still let the whole child support thing fly. Even with that, he could be making $35,000 a year. She can be making $80,000 or $90,000, and she will still get the child support. Still get it from him. You know what I'm saying? And if they got 3 or 4 kids together, oh my goodness, and this dude is certainly going to be in the poorhouse. He's going to be living in an efficiency apartment. You know what I'm saying? Struggling and everything while paying her while she's getting paid majorly. You know what I'm saying?
Or homeless.
Right? Yeah, or homeless. Yeah. Or homeless in a shelter or something. If he lose that, especially if he loses the little job that he got now, that $35,000 a year job that he got, he's in the shelter and he's still required to pay child support.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? If he don't pay, he goes to jail, and she's still living the high life while he's in jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how it goes. Let's keep going. Sorry. Almost 15 minutes.
All right. Verse 5. They digged out through the wall in their sight and carried out their buy. It said dig in the wall. Through the wall in their sight and carried out their buy. Well, what would this mean? What does it mean, like going to like one of the ball closets or something? I don't know what this digging through the wall thing actually is.
So, it says verse 4, then shalt thou bring forth thy stuff by day in their sight, and stuff for removing, and thou shalt go forth that even in their sight, as they that go forth into captivity. Now, verse 5, dig thou through the wall in their sight and carry out thereby. I think it's a metaphor. It's actually a metaphor.
The wall might have been, because maybe that's how the houses were made or something, where inside the wall might be a secret compartment. Like you see a lot of old houses. You know what I'm saying? They'll have some type of little door, and that door will lead you through something. You know what I'm saying? And there will be a storage space too.
It's not one fold. It's not one fold. It's multifold.
Right.
You look at
the houses that was built like in the 18 and 1700s. They're like that. They have secret compartments inside those houses.
That's true, And also too, this verse 5 actually too was a similar precept in the last 2 to 3 chapters. Previously.
Right.
I don't know if you ever recall that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was a metaphor talking about grab their attention or grab their mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it said wall in there. It said wall in the actual precept a few scriptures ago. A few chapters
the wall
ago.
Also has to do with defense.
There you go. That's well, yes.
The defense is shaking up.
Yes.
It's like when the Apostle Paul called that dude thou whited wall.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When he was saying, well, whited, remember the law of legacy.
Leprosy out.
And those in the stones and everything. The leprosy wall is a whited wall. Unclean. What he was actually calling them is an unclean defense. That's what he was calling his wall made for defense.
Yes.
Being your city.
That's right. Yep. And that's actually goes into Memorial blowing of the trumpets.
Right.
Which is actually Monday. All right. Monday at 7.
Right, because the trumpeter was on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
To watch, because they were watchmen.
And to sound the alarm.
There you go.
For whatever, for feasts, for feasts, for war, for you know, all these different type of things.
Yeah, like announcements, things of that sort.
To get everybody's attention for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, otherwise it's celebration too.
Yes, celebration.
Yeah, like for example, which is going to be on Monday.
Right.
That's going to be
Which,
a celebration.
Of course, trumpets will be blown.
Absolutely. Yep. Damn right. Yep. So yeah, of course it's multifold. That's what it means. And plus, I mean, it sounds like poetry when you read it too. Dig down through the wall in their sight and carry out thereby. But yeah, it makes sense when you read verse 4.
Right.
So yeah. Oh, then also too, and then when you read verse 3, we're talking about though they be a rebellious house too. So when I read that part too, it lines up with 4 and 5.
Right.
So yeah.
Verse 6. In their sight shalt thou bear it upon thy shoulders, and carry it forth in the twilight.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt cover thy face, and thou shalt see not the ground. For I have set thee for a sign unto the house of Israel.
Mm.
Most High at this time, Most High is not telling them to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
They like the way he was, by the time they like the way he was speaking and all of that. Now he ain't saying nothing. Now they like, man, why ain't you saying that, what you be saying, and, all of that. He's not saying nothing.
Right, kind of.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, you ain't saying that. You ain't coming on, you ain't saying nothing right there, man. What's up, man? And now he's moving the stuff out of his house and everything. Now they really consider it. They're like, damn, not only is he not saying nothing, but he moving all his shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, hold on, dude. You know what I'm saying? They come there like the little ninjas that Samuel Jackson played on Afro Samurai.
Oh, yeah. I love that show.
Afro, man, what you doing, man?
Yeah.
Come on, Afro, what you doing, man? I know you on that silent, strong, and tight shit. I know you on that, but man, we got to do such and such. They come in there like that. They come in Ezekiel like that. Ezekiel ain't saying shit. He's like, doing what the Lord told him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. And I did so as I was commanded. I brought forth my stuff day by day, as stuff for captivity. And in the evening, I dig through the wall in my hand with my hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I brought it forth in the twilight.
So that part was actually physical.
Right.
It was definitely multifold still.
And I bear it upon my shoulder in their sight.
Right. So I mean, they was watching. He did everything pretty much in front of them.
Right. From everybody.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Verse 8. And in the morning came the word of the Lord unto me, saying.
And of course, when also too, I mentioned this last night, because I'm breaking down Psalms 121 in the Hebrew as of last night, or for the past 4 weeks now, or 3 weeks, I think. What you got to understand, when it says Lord, as in capitalized Lord, 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 that's speaking about the Most High, right? Now you may see Lord as an Lord. It can be talking about Yahweh Shai or somebody else who's Lord over somebody. And Lord is Lord, just like God. Lord is also another title for like saying ruler or authority. Yeah. Ruler, authority, or power is God. God is power.
Right.
And so what this is saying, like anytime you say that the Lord, so like anytime you see that it says the Lord is saying something to anybody, it's always an angel that is presenting themselves in the representation of the Most High to deliver a message. That's why Allahayim or Allah, or it's like Allah, AHLA means power, authority. Otherwise, it means messenger. Allahayim means messenger. All right.
Yeah, the angel's not speaking of himself,
Of themselves, right.
He's speaking what the Lord told him to say. That's it. Otherwise, they don't have no deal. No reason to even deal with me. Right.
There you go. Yeah. Otherwise, they're taking care of all the orders that they are being told to take care of in the earth.
Right.
Hey, I need you to go to California. I need you to make a wildfire.
Right. Exactly.
No sweat. Hurricane. And that's it. My best.
Yeah, they don't communicate with me of their own because there's nothing on the earth that they want.
That's true.
What I'm saying? They created a higher being.
That's right. Yeah.
They're not looking at us like that. The Lord told them, go down, tell him this, tell him that, and he go and he do it, and he cut on out once his job is done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Their makeup, their creation is entirely different than us.
Right.
You know, they're able to do things, and they're able to do things, and they're built different than how us humans are.
Right. They're not subject up under the same, physical laws that we're up under.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, we
I wonder if angels have laws.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, angels have all the laws of the Most High. Yeah, angels have they have the laws because, I mean, everything the Most High created, as far as like.
I'll say like angel laws versus human laws, if that makes sense.
I mean, they have, they have
I'm sure they know the
with
law,
each other.
because even demons know the law.
Right, because they can't steal from each other.
Right.
They can't do So they have all the same laws.
Yeah.
They can't covet what each other has. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, also too, I remember Captain Cod had said, like, angels, most angels, like, they don't eat, they don't sleep, and also too, they don't have flesh like we have flesh. And also Deuteronomy said that they don't have a desire to do. I mean, in their body, like, it's not a human body, but they look like us. I mean, some of them look like us, but they don't have the desire to do that. Like, their flesh doesn't speak to them like it speaks to us.
Right,
if that
exactly.
makes sense.
Because they're not flesh, they're spirit.
There you go, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they may have a body, but it's not like our bodies. It's kind of hard to explain to
They don't
a person.
die. We get old and die. They never get old.
They never get old.
And they're not born. They were never born.
They was created.
Right.
But not in the perspective of being born. So angel, like, Melchizedek is a good example. Right, in the book of Hebrews,
Yeah, and exactly,
no birth, no death.
Right, yeah, no beginning of days, and no end of life. So, you couldn't point to his mother and father or his ancestry and stuff like that. The Most High had to send him down as a forerunner, of the priesthood and everything, to be like an example.
Mm-hmm.
Out of priesthood is supposed to, because the Most High is actually trying to bring us to be like unto the angels.
Mm-hmm.
This is our graduation state. They don't have to graduate to be that. They just are that. But the Most High is trying to get us to the point to where we're like that, to where even physical laws and everything wouldn't apply to us. Now, the angels, they know they have the laws, but the angels don't have to just make the decision to choose life or death. It's just set one way with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is trying to get us to that point to where you don't have the choice of life and death. You done graduated, you got so much to the point to where you're set in life. You're set. That decision is just your ultimate decision. That's who the hell you are. So now the fear of death and the and all of that stuff doesn't even apply anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even apply anymore. It's not like a choice to choose life or death to the point to where it's only life. There's no choice there.
Right.
The Most High is trying to get us to that point.
There you go.
To where there's no choice there anymore. You are what you are. You are a life being. That's that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to try to be it. Just like, say, for instance, let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are trying to be white.
Yeah.
White people don't have to try to be white. They just are that.
They are what they are.
Yeah. They are that. They're set that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They are that. And they laugh at us because we're trying to be it, which makes us a good servant to them. Being the fact that we want to be what the hell they are, they just dangle it as this golden carrot in front of our faces and a goal that we will never achieve. And they know we'll never achieve it. But they just glad you think you will. Mm-hmm. That makes you the best servant that they can possibly have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it's set in your mind that you'll never be white, you'll never such and such a. Now you would have more of a mind to go and establish your own thing and be what the hell you are. You know what I'm saying? But they so happy that it ain't set in us that we won't be what they are.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They have to keep that lie going. That's what this whole equality thing is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, to before you do that, no, that was a really good point. I was thinking about this too. Like the Christian church has lied to all of us, right?
Yeah.
They have lied to us and told us, like, when our loved ones die, they become angels watching over us. I don't know where they get that from exactly as far as Christianity, but all I know is that it's a lie. Like when someone dies, like one of your loved ones, your friends, your family members, your wife, your husband, your children, whatever. When they die, just know that they are just in the ground. Their body is in the ground, and the spirit is with the Most High, and it's being judged until they come back into the earth as far as reincarnation. Like the Christian church has lied to us to the point where we really think when we're going through hard times, all what do black people always say? Lord sees what I'm going through. My mama, my daddy, they all looking down on me, and I feel their spirit. You're just emotional at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
So you feel everything.
Yeah.
You're angry, you're sad, you're happy. At one point, you feel everything. No one is looking down at you but the Most High. That's the only one that sees everything.
Right.
Nobody else sees everything. That spirit, there's no body that is holding that spirit, so that spirit is just with the Most High. All right?
Right.
What?
See, this is the thing. This is the reason why they tell black people that. So to make us the best slave, because if you believe that you're going to die and you're going to turn into an angel and everything, you're going to want to die pretty fast from this suffering.
I was just going to say
that.
Hey, you took the words right out of my mouth. Good night. Yeah, that's true.
You're not going to want to live to be 100 years old.
Yeah.
You're not going to live to be 80, even 60. You're going to want to, man, it's just so hard. I just can't. But I'm going to be in heaven once I die. So now you got the mindset to be the best slave that you can possibly be and just wait on yours and the sweet by and by.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of, taking what Christ said, the kingdom of God is within you, which means you start working now. You see heaven now.
Mm-hmm.
They wait, they teach you to wait till after you die to see heaven, while white people have their heaven right now. It's funny, and they teach that we're going to have the same heaven, which makes no sense at all. They don't even want you having a piece of this one. The hell makes you think they're going to have you having a piece of the next one? Because God doesn't have a magic wand. People think God is magic. That's the funny thing about it. They think He just go bing, and then it's changed everybody's mind. But that's not how things work.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Even when the kingdom is established, we're still going to have enemies. You know what I'm saying? When the kingdom of God is established, we're going to have enemies. People's going to hate us, and they're going to want to, to try and get us back into eating pork and stuff like that. They're still going to want to try to do that then at that time. So you think we're going to share a heaven together? They can't even understand. They don't even want you having 2% of the wealth in this damn country right now. So how about 50-50 in heaven? You think they can stomach that? Hell no. No way. They don't want you having 10% of the world's wealth. They don't want you having that. They will rise up and kill the hell out of it. Look at Black Wall Street. That tells you that they don't want to share the same heaven with you. There was Christian churches in Black Wall Street, were they not?
Right.
Yes, there was Christian churches, and the white people had Christian churches. Why didn't they just come together and just be Christian together and just see that heaven, beautiful heaven they could have together? No, hell no. You got a little piece of it then, and they said, no, we got to do something about that. We got to kill them. That'll be the same thing if we went to the kingdom of heaven together. It would be the same thing. They will have the same mind. They can't visualize a life where you are equal with them or anywhere near it.
No, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? They can't.
That's why you got a white church and a black church.
Right, exactly.
Now, for those that say that there's churches where everybody's there, it wasn't like that before.
But you have to think of it.
It's like, if I may, it's like even in slavery. They had a white church and a black church.
Right. The churches are segregated.
Yeah.
Even when you have these multiracial, who's the pastor?
White?
Yeah, exactly. The head is going to always be white.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And racism will go on in that church.
That's right.
That.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't see it in front of your face, it's going to be behind closed doors. Mm-hmm. There you go.
And it's going to be instances where the hatred is so boiled up, it's going to go to your face. It's going to be right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For one thing, they see that you are a dedicated member on top of that too. So now they know they get away with certain things. Now they can't treat they're going to treat you different than they treat the black dudes are just skeptical when he comes into the place. Now they're gonna play the role with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you, on the other hand, who is a devout member, they're gonna put the racism right in your goddamn face.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already know that you love them so much that you're willing to put up with that just to be around them. They know what you really want, so now they can do what they really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You joined at the hip with them, so they already know. Now they can abuse you. Now they can abuse your children. You know what I'm saying? They can push this multicultural, multiracial stuff. You know how they do on the jobs and everything, right?
Yeah.
Now, like far as how they do in these churches when they have a list of jobs and everything. Watch how your jobs for you will be different than the white jobs. You know what I'm saying? The white jobs will be electricians and stuff like that, train conductors. All these unadvertised jobs that you never see in the papers and stuff like that you never see there in the job news and all of that. That will be for them.
Always.
And your stuff will be some type of temp service, some damn word, some type of low-level menial job. And this is the heaven that you want to share with them, a heaven where you're still a slave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have, you're supposed to be working here on earth and serving in earth, right? So that you don't have to be a slave. You can just be, you know what I'm saying? But that's that that you're going to be a slave there too. If the heaven is theirs and sharing it with them, you're going to be a slave there too. And your children will be slaves, and you'll sit there and be building up everybody else's kingdom just like you did in this new world. You know what I'm saying? That's why the ISUBK is needed. That's why the brothers is like, no, that's a damn devil. That's a Hamite. That's
right.
Why we're needed.
Right.
Yeah, it seems mean and everything. Yeah, it seems mean. But that's the job of a father. A job, a lot of times, the father's gonna seem mean. He's not the mother.
Right.
He's a father. He's not a mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not the coddler and stuff like that. He foresees what the hell can happen. And even though his methods might be harsh and you don't agree with him, it's always going to benefit you in the damn long run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, say, for instance, you got a father and you want to be a professional basketball player, right?
Right.
But your dad is a welder. You know what I'm saying? And he sat there nabbing your ass up and putting you in that damn welding shop. You know what I'm saying? That hot ass welding shop. And you sitting there like, man, what's that doing? Boy, come on over, get your ass over. You hate the welding. You can't stand it. And you coded ball, you in high school, you know what I'm saying, you popular and this and that. You don't want to wear that dirty stuff that your dad wears. You got dreams of the NBA and all of that stuff and all the purpose that come along with it. And your dad is the welder putting your dumb ass through college. You know what I'm saying? And now, but he's got you in the welding shop against your will. You don't want to do it, right? But at the same damn time, watch this. Your basketball career didn't work. It didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to think about, damn, what am I going to do now? You don't mess your damn hip up. Your football career, you got hit too hard. You know what I'm saying? In the hip, and now you're walking funny. So your career is over in that. So all of those years that you learned welding, now you think the bright idea comes in your mind.
Right.
I can be a welder and start my own welding company. Even though you can't stand welding, you hate it. But then here's the thing. Once you start welding and everything your dad done taught you, now you got dudes that don't know, that are welders, but don't know what you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a paraphrase, but the scripture said, as a man's skill is, so is his praise or something to that effect, right?
Yeah.
Now people's praising you on how great of a welder you are now. And guess what? Now your ass loving welding.
Yeah.
Because people's praising how good you are. Now you show them, you like, man, dude, watch this. You're doing the same damn stuff your dad did with you, with your apprentices and all of that. And you like, now next thing you know, you done built all types of stuff with iron and people's calling on you and this and that. Now you sit there and see, you know what I'm saying? And you got a trade to pass down to your son. You ain't got to throw him a goddamn ball like he's a Labrador. You know what I'm saying? You actually doing something that's actually industrious. You know what I'm saying? Now you have the knowledge to build a goddamn city, a knowledge to help people that's building a skyscraper or some damn where, putting the steel beams and holding them together and stuff like that. And now you see, and you didn't even goddamn go to college. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even go to college. And look what you're doing now. You know what I'm saying? You have no screw that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's called a trade.
Yes, a trade.
Yeah, a trade program.
Right. Or a skilled laborer. Skilled laborer is far better than being an unskilled laborer.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
You now have a welding shop. That same ambition that you had for basketball, put it into that goddamn welding shop. Now you got welders up under you.
Right.
You own a whole goddamn welding company. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you though. I mean, if you want to finish it.
You're welding on boats and into barges and all kind of different stuff. They're trained men to do the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of good stuff and to learn, things like that, instead of just looking at, what looks good and what everybody seems to be praising now. You got something solid in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as far as with, that's what we do. Our methods, we're the fathers of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. We're the fathers here. Yeah, you don't like us, you hate us. Like most people, a lot of people can't stand their father, regardless of whether he's rich or poor. But his job ain't to make your ass like him. Straight up. That's not a father's job. A father, you can hate a father. You see like shows and stuff where they hate the fathers.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like shows. I mean, I like the show Game of Thrones. I just don't like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But at the same time, though,
I mean, I get it as far as the context, but like it is reality. But in reality, like it's crazy. It should not be like that.
Right.
But I do get it. It is entertaining to watch.
Because the father checking, the father being partial, the father making them discipline, the father telling them, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to. Well, I want to do what I want to do with my life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So the part I don't like is when the children resent the parents when they're trying to teach them to do good.
That's American culture, though. That's what we taught to do here in America. That's why most black men ain't in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, I may understand that if you if the parent is bad and you hate the parent and stuff like that, I wouldn't say hate the parent. You just gotta hate how they got destroyed. Because you got some parents who will teach you to do all the wrong things, But you got to ask yourself, who is responsible for my parent being dysfunctional, being this way, that way, a drug addict, shit like that? You got to ask yourself that question.
Right.
Don't necessarily do all that you can for your parents, because like it says, honor your mother and your father. But at the same time, don't agree with what they're doing or teaching you. If you know what's wrong, it's wrong. If you know what's wrong, it's wrong. No sweat. At the same time, don't hate the parent. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us, we kind of just hate our parents and siblings for certain things that it's not all the way their fault. I would say. If that makes sense.
Usually it'd be the father.
Yeah. Usually
because mama's full of, everybody got full. They'll hate the father over something simple as him having another woman.
And there you go. And that's what I'm talking about. Like no, Slaki. I'm talking about the worship, but as far as what Tarab just said, that's very true. It'd be the simple stuff, or you have the mother in the child's ear. You got to be very careful about that too, because that's going to happen. You have mothers who are mad about something, and now the child is mad about the same thing the mother's mad about.
Right.
So it's just backwards. So
they mad at his father, that they father for being a crackhead. But at the same time, the father, they didn't sell their father crack, and he don't owe them no more from the cracks. Why you mad? You should just be grieved that he is a crackhead, not figure that he just because he was on crack, he couldn't give you what the hell he owed you. He don't owe you shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to be happy he made your stupid ass an Israelite. In reality, you know what I'm saying? Because that was what it came out of his balls is what made him that. You know what I'm saying? But that's that he had another woman. When you done seen your mama run through 20 niggas. You know what I'm saying? You was cheating on your dad when they was together, and you knew. And a lot of instances would be like that, you know, especially with a female, you know, because that's when the mama started having that hate girl speech with her daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That hate girl, you know, pretty much saying is, if you gonna do that against your man, do it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's terrible advice.
Right.
Yeah. That's
I see it. It's messed up. I see a disgusting story.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Where this woman was cheating on him, and everybody in the house knew.
Oh, I think you just told the story. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was. He had 5 daughters with this woman. All the daughters knew. And look at the sickness of this, the treachery of this.
So the children knew, but the father did not know.
The father didn't know.
I mean, it's one thing for the father to know.
The daughters knew, brother.
But the sibling, the children knew. That's terrible.
And they did, and this happened for years.
Good night.
And the children kept the secret of the mother. And
for
the
years.
Father found out, right? The father found out about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the father found out, and just imagine the double, triple, and quadruple heartbreak that he had with that. Not only was his woman fucked up and he couldn't trust her, his daughters too. The ones that he loved, the ones that he was working for. The one that he was staying with the mother for. You know what I'm saying? Throw the whole bitch away, including them damn daughters. You know what I'm saying? All of them. That's what I would do. I'm just keeping it all the way up. That's what I would do. I don't have nothing to say to none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
I would say a recycle and throw away the whole family and get you a new one.
All right.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
You know what I'm saying? And count the other ones. Those 5, they drop shots. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They as worthless as the stuff that you shot. You know what I'm saying? On the mattress.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, on the sheets.
Right.
Yeah. You lay those little drop shots, like you said, on the sheets.
Right.
On the bed, on the couch, wherever you like to do it at. Hey.
It's like you never think about the stuff that you shot on the sheets or down some broad's throat. You never think about that, and never think about them 5 bitches. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know
good night, God.
Same thing. You know, waste your damn cum. You know what I'm saying?
Good night, God. Let's keep going. Good night.
Like the old buddy was saying, your face a goddamn cum. Verse 10. Yeah, we don't. Oh, okay. Verse 9. Son of man, hath not the house of Israel, the rebellious house, said unto thee, what doest thou? Yeah, they saying, what you doing? What you doing, Ezekiel? What you doing over there? Verse 10. Say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord God, this burden concerneth the prince in Jerusalem, and all the house of Israel that are among them. Pretty much saying, Lord, you're ready to move y'all out of there.
And that's why he wasn't saying that.
Right.
It's going to be like a, pretty much look like a surprise.
Right.
Yeah. Although they respected him, they received him, things of that sort. I mean, you got to think about it now. Sometimes you just don't say nothing when you know something's about to go down. It's just, I would say it's kind of like protocol. Like, if someone is doing something out of order, that's doing out of order, you don't tell them right away what their punishment is going to be. Or you don't let them know that you know what's going on behind closed doors.
Right.
But when you see something and you actually got proof of it, and you know how to deal with it, when you're seasoned enough to deal with it, you will just deal with it in a way that it's lawful, it's righteous, and then you know, be like, hey brother, hey, I want to talk to you real quick. Or hey brother, hey, just come to a ride with me real quick. I want to ride with you real quick. You feel me? I want you go ahead with me real quick. You know what I mean? And you're having a good conversation, everything's going fine, and then it's just that last conversation he hit you with, yeah, I noticed this and I noticed that, and because you did this, you did that. This is what you are going to do.
Right.
Now you're punished. You got punishments. You're going to either get a fine or a punishment. And here we don't hit on our brothers or sisters. We give them disciplinary actions. You're going to do some push-ups, some sit-ups. You're going to get fined. You're going to run up a hill, up and down. Right. You are going to do something to the point where you feel the pain that you have caused.
Right.
And the stain that you have caused on the reputation of the city that you are from. Now, let me ask you, have you ever got fined or checked before?
Right.
Have you ever, had to do punishments or whatever?
Right. Yeah.
I've been there too. I learned my lesson hard and loud and clear. I learned my lesson. I know you did, right?
Right.
It sharpened us up to the point where we don't do it, but when we see it, we attack it right away. Because if you let shit slide, things are going to get worse.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then also too, in most cases, you would get checked. If you're over somebody and you see some foul play, you are going to get yourself in trouble too.
And then things, he's one of the men that's up under you, and then somebody that's over you see, what you should have checked him out,
Yeah, exactly. Now you in trouble.
Right, they're coming at you. They're not going to come at him.
Right.
They're going to come to you. You know what I'm saying? And that negligence on your part will be exposed.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. You will get the punishments. Now you have to go and check him concerning that thing that, that you was just talked to about.
Mm-hmm. Also too, nobody wants to be talked to about somebody else's issues.
Right.
So that's where you step in. Now, of course, if you don't know how to handle a situation, you got to call the man above you.
Right.
And see how to handle the situation. And that's going to save you a lot of trouble.
Yes.
You feel me? You know what I mean? And also, too, you may love a brother, you may love a sister, no sweat. But if you corrected them, that's love. That's absolute love if you correct or chastise someone that's doing something wrong. That shows true love that you have for them. It's not you trying to be a tyrant, you're trying to be a bully, it's you really caring about them.
Right.
But you got to watch your intentions, though. You know what I mean? Because based on your intentions, it can show which one it is, whether it's love or it's really not love. It's like hate.
Yeah,
you feel me?
You know what I mean? Too.
Absolutely. So you gotta be right by it. You know what I mean? If you don't know something, get counsel about it, and you just keep it going. All right, you just keep it moving. If you're wrong and you learn how to deal with a situation as you was wrong, no sweat. Now you learn, move forward. If you see it again, now you know how to correct it. All right. That's how it goes. And pretty much we saying all this to say that this is pretty much what was said to Ezekiel, and it was also was explained as well. Okay, you want to read 9 and 10 just one more time for me?
Okay.
Or slide for us. My bad. Yeah, you got it.
Verse 9: Son of man, hath not the house of Israel, the rebellious house, said unto thee, what doest thou? Verse 10: Say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord God, this burden concerneth the prince in Jerusalem, and all the house of Israel that are among them.
Now, verse 9 was a question. He's being questioned, and pretty much verse 10, he was told what to pretty much say to the children of Israel. All right. Salih, do you want to expound on verse 10 a little bit more? Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Say thou unto them, thus said the Lord, this burden concerning the prince in Jerusalem, which this is talking about a specific ruler right here.
Right.
Of course, whom everybody loved. And all the house of Israel that are among them. This is, pretty much taking the prince, because, The prince is like the leader of the people. At this time, we didn't have a king, right? When the time of Ezekiel, we didn't have a king, but of course we had leaders. People that were looked at as men of renown and all of that. That almost set in that seat as king. And this is concerning him and his lack of governing, of the people, of telling them what to do. You know what I'm saying? This and that. Maybe he was probably taking on the ways of the Babylonians, because this all happened during the time of the Babylonian captivity. They were taking on, all the wicked ways and all of that. And the Most High is, pretty much saying this is concerning him. He's the leader.
Right.
So the responsibility falls upon him and all the people, of course, because he has leaders up under him. If leaders up under him, going all the way down, of course, to the people, or down to every man inside his individual household.
Right.
So does it on that?
Right. He's pretty much explaining, what the sign, what everything meant.
Right.
So that they'll be able to get themselves together. Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, what you guys imagine.
Imagine?
You said it.
Well, like you done, rather face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Badash. Yah. Ka. Yahweh. Malaka. Taba'ah. Wadazaka. Ayah. Aisha. Baharata. Kawa. Ayah. Bashamayim. Talana. Come. Call. Yawam. Wasalak. Kawaki. Kasalak. Kawaki. Wala'ah. Ayah. Banasai. Ball. Shana. Yan. Right. Ayah. Ka. Malaka. Wa'ala. Bakar. Walay. Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms chapter 121 in the Hebrew.
Asha'ah.
Ayana.
Alahari.
Mayan.
Azariah. Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemai. Baratza. Al-Yathan. Amawat. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Na'ah. Yanawam. Mala'ah. Yashan. Shalmar. Yasha'al. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Zalka. Yanka. Mom, Hashmash, Na'ah, Ka, Barak, Yahweh, Shamarka, Makar, Ra'ai, Yashimar, Atapashka, Yahweh, Yashimar, Azaka, Wabai, Wabuaka, Mayata, right? Avalon. In the English, Psalms 121. I lift up mine eyes.
I lift up mine eyes
Unto the hills.
unto the hills.
From which cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help comes from the Lord,
Which made heaven and earth.
made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He
will not slumber.
not slumber.
Behold,
Oh,
he that keepeth Israel
he keepeth Israel.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade on the right.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by
nor the
day,
moon by
nor
night.
the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all
The
evil.
Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out
Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth,
This time forth,
and forevermore.
and forevermore. Prayer for the Akak, the power. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahushua.
Hashem El Shai.
Babakashah.
El Kashai.
Thundernow.
Thalana.
Akak.
Ka.
Akak.
Ka.
Ba'at.
Ah.
Kal Makala.
Amakala.
Kal Marawa.
Pawanawa.
Akak.
Ka.
That's a heart.
It's hard.
How much is a right?
I'm sorry.
Akak.
Ka.
Haki.
Haki.
Mati.
Mati.
Akak.
Ka.
Arakawa.
Arakawa.
Ma'ala.
To Allah.
Garasha.
Garish.
Bashim Yahushua.
Hashem El Shai.
The
Power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Name Yahweh Shai.
Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of
And
sickness.
all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to raise the
Power
dead.
to raise the dead.
Power to against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
Name
Shai.
Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahushua.
Hashem El Shai.
Barakalana.
Rakanam.
Wayashala.
Yasha'Allah.
Wabiyat.
Yahweh Yash.
Party.
Party.
Barak.
Barak.
Raba'at.
Rafa'ah.
Magan.
Gun.
Magan.
Gun.
Say the name of loved ones once. Everyone repeats the name once.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israel School UPK.
Israel School UPK.
ISK Minnesota.
SPK Minnesota. All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Bashim Yahushua.
Hashem El Shai.
The water of
Tu'alama. Bless Israel in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, the name Yahushua.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In school.
Bless Hill Shield Protect.
Bless you, shield, protect.
Loved ones.
Love.
In the name of Yahweh
Name
Shai.
Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you. So be it. So be it. Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayah.
Adamiyah.
Lakab.
Lakab.
Al-Takarash.
Atakaras.
Or Al-Tashakwa.
Atashkwa.
Oh. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awawika.
Awamika.
Yahama.
Yaham.
The one.
Avon.
Ra'ash.
Ash.
Al-Imaka.
Amaki.
Yaryamo.
Yarayamu.
Sawar.
Sawad.
Wayata.
Wayaki.
Yatazawa.
Natatawa.
Al.
Ah.
Tazubupanka.
Tagapong.
Amawa.
Umawa.
Nikawa.
Takar.
Unakidam.
Dam.
Gaya.
Takar.
Alaa.
Ah.
Yazaka.
Zakar.
Sham.
Shanam.
Yajala.
Yasha'Allah.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Yatazawa.
Natazawa.
Alaba.
Abba.
Yakaba.
Kaka.
Alyaka.
Ayaka.
Rayat.
Ayaka.
Yakarath.
Yakorathi.
Alya.
Ayi.
Awam.
Adawon.
Wad.
Ah.
Shemai.
Suma.
Ali.
Ayi.
Yam.
Yam.
Mawaba.
Wawa.
Wagari.
Wakari.
Ba.
Wawa.
Maimawa.
Wamini.
Maimala.
Wamila.
Lashat.
Falisha.
Ayn.
Ayi.
Shabi.
Shab.
The war.
Tazawur.
Gum.
Gum.
Ashur.
Ashlu.
Nalawa.
Nawa.
Namam.
Amam.
Ayawa.
Ayaw.
Zawa.
Zawa.
Babanya.
Bani.
Zawat.
Nawat.
Salah.
Salat.
Shad.
Ashad.
Aham.
Aham.
Kamagi.
Kamay.
Tasiyasara.
Kasiyasara.
Dayabi.
Kiyam.
Malakaal.
Nakaon.
Kayashma.
Kiyasu.
Nishamadi.
Nashamat.
Bayandara.
Badar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Oh, Salah. Hayaw.
Ayaw.
Daman.
Tamon.
Ladam.
Adam.
Karatam.
Santam.
Nara.
Nada.
Ya.
Ya.
Nawa.
Wawa.
Kayara.
Kanara.
Wakazaba.
Kasa'aba.
Wakazaba.
Kasabat.
Wakazal.
So.
Manai.
Manai.
Call.
Call.
Nasiyakamu.
Nasakam.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yarasha.
Narash.
Lanawa.
Now.
Ah.
Ah.
Yawa.
Nawat.
Alahayim.
Nahala.
Alahayat.
Nahaya.
Yatamu.
Santam.
Gaga.
Tagal.
Bash.
Kapas.
Fanya.
Nafanya.
Maka'a.
Ta'ah.
Tash.
Ta'ash.
Tabaraya. Tabara.
Tabar.
Yara.
Yara.
Wakalahaba.
Wakahala.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Harim.
Hari.
Khan.
Khan.
Tardapa.
Tatak.
Saraka.
Sa'as.
Upasa.
Bas.
Pafta.
Hatha.
Tabalaham.
Lahal.
La'a.
Nahal.
Kaniham.
Fayam.
Kalawan.
Kalawon.
Wabakasha.
Pasha.
Ka.
Shika.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Ibasha.
Waya Ba'awa.
Raba'aw.
Aya. Rakapal, Rakabagla, Rakadawa, Kayata, Ka, Howard, Baka, Yawan, Ka, Harakaza.
Psalm 83 in English. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee. Have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come. Let's cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against it. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. The Syrians. The Baal. Amalek. The Philistines inhabitants of Tyre. I shall also join with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Unto them as to Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of the sun. Which Parasite endure. They became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like a rib. They like seed. Yea. All the princes as the flock. And as the moon. Who said, let's take to ourselves the house of God in possession. Oh my God. Make it like a wheel. As the stubble for the wind. As the fire burns the wood. As the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid of thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord. Let it be confounded in trouble. Forever. Yea. Let it be put to shame and perish. That men may know that thou. Whose name alone is Yahweh. Art the most high over all the earth. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. Name Yahweh Shah. To us now. Right now. So like he must have. To use the curses. The punishment and destruction. To Edom. That speak against us. Like prophets. So like the teachers. The princes. The priests. It's like brothers. In the school. To use the curses. The punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose the treasure. Of the rich of Israel. And refuse to give to the school. Force the riches. Into thy sanctuary. To use the curses. The punishment and destruction. To the Edomites. And the nations. And the drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Everlasting gods and armies. Rome Catholic Church. Pope. Islam. Christianity. Eschatology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Works of witchcraft. And the space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. The internet. And airways. Give access to and radio channels. To rid the spirit of even thy people. They seek to stop us. To bring swift destruction to all things. And stand in the way. Try to stop us. Broadcast your word. Throughout the planet Earth. And lose all the places. Cause them to go to and fro. Through the earth and consume them. And the place shake the house of the thief. And the murder. That Yahweh Shai. Michael and Gabriel. Come down to flying saucers. To punish all the that come against us. As speak thy word. Cause we know by all. That is the Israel done. Cause to be spread to the people. Throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake out thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you always. So be it. So. That's what with that being said, that concludes the Sabbath service. Right? Shalom.